I am offering salutations to all of you. Ours is a land of philosophers, mystics, and great saints. They lived a very beautiful life, very beautiful, just like this flower. Flower is a small, its color is a plain, soft fragrance, but very wonderful, very wonderful. Just to think of a world where there are no flowers. The world becomes a hell almost, because so many kinds of flowers are there. The world has become very pleasant, very pleasant. We want to live here for years and years and years. Not because there is gold and silver and platinum, but because there are flowers. Every day, in the morning, before the sunrise, the flower buds appear. The first rays of the sun fall on the bud, and the buds begin to open their mouths. And the fragrance that was stored inside begins to flow out and make the world fragrant, good smelling. That is the wonder of the flowers. So are the saints. Saints are just like the jasmine flower. Jasmine, very small flower, and the color is white, only white. They open their mouth, the whole atmosphere becomes fragrant. That is what the flowers are doing, and flowers have been doing in this world. So also are the saints and seers. Saints means very clean life, inside and outside. They are very clean. No kind of impurity, no dust of lust and anger. Very clean, very clear life they lead. Therefore they are called saints. Who is a saint? Whose heart is clean, whose words are clean, whose face is always cheerful. They are saints. And seers are different. Seer means one who sees is the seer. I see this flower, I am called the seer of the flower. But we are not seers in the sense those great philosophers were. They were also seers, not just of the apparent world. They were the seers of truth, not the ordinary truth, not the worldly truth, but the spiritual truth. There is so much difference between the truth phenomenal and the truth nominal. This table is true. This has got worldly existence. Means true, but won't be there always. Therefore, this is called real, but not always real. This is real, but tomorrow it won't be there. That which exists always, and that which doesn't change for any reason, by anything. The time flows and all these bodies change. Time flows and these buildings may fall one day or the other day. But the space does not fall. Time flows and the space smiles. It is not affected. It is not affected. Very beautiful buildings fall, but the space which was enclosed in those buildings remains the same. It doesn't fall. That which is built may fall, but a space is not built. Space is always there, and buildings come and go. Buildings are raised and later they fall. But what about the space that is enclosed within those houses? The space is not built. The space is always there. And that is the real. Houses are not real. That really exists and these appear to exist. These things have got apparent existence, but that thing has got real existence. There is so much difference between real existence and apparent existence. Apparent existence. What is real existence? Real existence means it is always the same. Whether it is yesterday or today or tomorrow, it does not change. And apparent existence changes. For example, your face. Now you are all smiles. suppose. Now you are very happy. But how long this happiness on your face remains? If I say something which is not acceptable to you, which tastes very bitter, that very moment your faces change. Just a word brings about a change in your body. Is it not? But what about that which has no body? Say anything, the space doesn't change. It does not. Therefore, there are two realities, truths. One apparent truth, means time-bound truth. The second one is timeless truth. Therefore, it is said by Vyasa, Anityani Sharirani Vipavaha Naiva Shashvataha Nityam Sannihito Mrityuho Kartavyaha Dharmasuraha. There he says, Anityani Sharirani. Sharira means that which changes, that is Sharira. Shiryate iti Shariram. Sharira means that which does not remain the same even for 2 moments. That is Sharira. This is the Sharira. This is the Sharira of the flower. The visible part of the flower is the Sharira. It extends in space. This Sharira extends in space. Therefore it is subject to measurement. You can measure it. Therefore, this one which we see with our eyes is Sharira of the flower. It is Sharira. So also these bodies are Sharira. Anityani Sharirani. My body is a Sharira, your body is a Sharira. Every body is a Sharira, because it does not remain the same. In the morning it looks one way, in the evening it looks a different way. Does it not? In the morning you are very fresh, but in the evening your face is faded. Your face fades. In the morning fresh, in the evening not fresh. Therefore, this is Sharira. Anityani Sharirani, not Nitya. Nitya means if this is as it is, now it is very fresh. If it were fresh yesterday, and if it will be fresh tomorrow, then it is called Nitya. But yesterday it was not there. Today it is there. Tomorrow it will not be there. Therefore, this is not Nitya. Anitya. Means every moment, things go on changing. Things keep changing. As your body changes, mind also. Body may change very slowly, but the mind very speedily changes every moment. Even in a fraction of a moment, the mind changes. Therefore, both mind and body belong to the same class of objects, same group of objects. Both are material, both are not real, both are always changing. They are Sharira. One is outside Sharira, other is the inside Sharira. Anta Shariram, Bahishariram. The external body, the internal body. Both bodies change, therefore they are called Sharira. Anitya, Nitya means that which does not change in time. Time flows, but it makes no effect upon that which doesn't change. That is called Asharira. That is Nitya. Nitya and Anitya. Anityani Sharirani. The bodies are Anitya. May be very strong this moment. Then you are young, so beautiful, so strong, and it appears that nothing is impossible to you. Then your body is full of strength. You think that you are indomitable. You can do anything. Nothing is impossible in this world. You think so. You have heard the name of Napoleon Bonaparte, a great general, very brave, highly ambitious. He used to say that one day or the other day, I will become the ruler of the whole European continent. He used to say. A small man, very small, about 5 feet. But he was so full of energy that he said, very wonderful statement he made. It is very popular statement. He said, impossibility is a word to be found in fool's dictionary. Just to see the meaning of it. Impossibility is a word to be found in fool's dictionary. Means only fools say that it is impossible. I am not a fool. I can do anything in this world. Nothing is impossible for me. He used to say. We also say the same thing when we are young, about 25, 30. Our dreams are golden. And in our heart there is a heaven. But when we become our heart, now there is no heaven in our heart. in old age. And everything is impossible. When you were young and energetic and dynamic, you thought that nothing is impossible. When the same person becomes old, he says that, what is possible to me? Nothing. This is the truth. But unfortunately, when we are young, we don't see the truth. We fail to see the truth when we are young. But time smiles, allows us to boast ourselves. Slowly, slowly, time acts upon our brain, our heart, our lungs, our muscles and every bone. The time acts upon. Then we can't stand up and sit with ease. Then our eyes can't see clearly. Our ears cannot hear well. And our heart fails now and then. It says, I am tired. I am tired. I want to stop beating. Does it not? It says. Then the brain says, I am sorry, I can't remember anything. What's your name? Sorry, I have forgotten my name, which I used all my life. That is gone from my brain. This is what is happening in this world. Very wonderful is life. Now we think we are very young, we can too. We can fly into the sky and go away to other galaxies. There we can settle like deities, like gods and goddesses. We can live there. These are our dreams and desires. But dreams are always dreams, desires are always dreams. You cannot fulfill them, you cannot realize those dreams. Every dream just fades out. Very wonderful is life. Now we want to become the kings of this country, but tomorrow time comes when we have to think about ourselves. We are helpless, please help me to rise up. Please help me to eat these foods. We take the advice of the doctors. Doctor, he says to the doctors, my digestive system is not working. Do something so that I can enjoy food, rich food, royal food. The doctor says, I am helpless. I am helpless. To some extent I can help you. After that, God alone helps you. This is what is happening. Therefore, Vyasa Maharshi says, Anityani Sharirani Vibhavaha Naiva Shashvataha. Vibhava means wealth, treasure. Wealth. Not only material wealth, but bodily wealth, beauty is wealth. Intelligence is wealth. Is it not? That is wealth. And fame is wealth. Power is wealth. He says, Vipavaha naiva shashvata, na eva shashvata. That also is not shashvata, permanent. Very beautiful statement he has made. Vipavo naiva shashvata. Don't think that your wealth will be always with you. Your wealth will be there in the world. You will be there in the heaven. No person came into this world. He did not bring anything. He did not bring anything with him. Nothing. No person came into this world with wealth. We come to this world, we gather things, and we put a board on it. This is my heap of gold. And that heap smiles and says, man, so many people say the same thing. I am here, they have gone. They are nowhere to be seen. The same thing is going to happen to you now. What is wealth? Beauty is not going to be with you forever. Beauty. Therefore, doctors used to say beauty is skin deep. Beauty is skin deep. So remove the skin, there is no beauty. Just a small layer, thin layer of the skin, remove it, and what is there? No beauty of any kind. You fear even to look at this person. Beauty is, they say, skin deep, only on the surface. How thick is skin? Very, very, very thin. Very thin. 1/20th of a millimeter. So thin. Even thinner. But we think that it is my wealth. I am very beautiful, very beautiful. There is no person in this world who is as beautiful as I am. We have heard about universe, Miss Universe, Mr. Universe. Is it not? They were honored everywhere, they are honored everywhere. And their photo, there is no need of the paper money. Now there are only numbers left with us. Only numbers. How much wealth you have got? 1 billion, 10 billion, where it is? It is there. That is the difference. Now he says, we have to be rich. Don't worry about it. Dharma sangraha. What matters is filling up your heart with God. That which is Dharma. Dharma and God are not two different, separate things. Dharma means God. God means Dharma. Satya means Dharma. Dharma means Satya. Satyat nasti paro dharma. Greater Dharma. There is no other greater Dharma. Paro dharma means a greater Dharma than which there is nothing in this world. Dharma means that which is, which was, which will be there, which is always true, always real. That is Dharma. Know it, it is there always. Know it, it is everywhere. Know it, it is not away from you. It is inside you. It is outside you. And love it. More than anything in this world, love the truth. Love the truth. And live the truth. That is the grandeur of life. That grandeur is there. Live the truth. Here is a big tree, about 100 years old. Very calm, quiet, serene. It does not make any noise. It never says that so many people are sitting under me. So many people are sitting here. They are all young, beautiful, strong, rich, highly intelligent. It doesn't think so. It sheds coolness. It spreads its shadow. And in this shadow, we sit so happy. It is a happy, I am happy, you are happy, because we are like that tree now. We don't speak anything. Sit in the shade of a tree and think of nothing, that is a relation. That is a relation. If the mind begins to what? If the mind begins to disturb, then dharma is not there. Whatever may happen in my surrounding, if I remain calm and quiet within my heart, that is relation. Satya is a Satya always. It does not speak. It doesn't say to you that I am Satya. It is, you may say that there is no truth, but it does not worry about your statement. You may say that there is no God. God does not get disturbed. People say, I am not there. Let them say, they won't be there. Later, they won't be there. That which is eternal does not get disturbed. That which is temporary, that makes much noise. You know the proverb, a Gramina proverb, a rural proverb. What is that? Tumbida koda, ardha koda. So much noise it makes. The vessel of water, half filled, makes much noise. Fill the vessel full to its brim, then it makes no noise at all. If we are making noise, know that our heart is not filled. If we sit silently, calmly, serenely, then know that your heart is filled with the truth, the water. This is the way we have to live here. This is dharma. What kind of dharma it is? Satya dharmaya drishtaye. In the Ishavasya Upanishad, the Rishi makes a prayer. Oh God, I want to see you. Why? He says, I am Satya Dharmi. I am the lover of dharma. Therefore, I want to see the dharma, see you. Therefore, you have to hiranyamayena patrena satyasyapi yatam mukham tatatvam apavaram. Remove that lid from the vessel so that I can look into and see you and enjoy myself and experience my eternity, my infinity, my divinity. That is what we have to do in this life. I am very sorry I took 1 hour of you. 1 hour. Now it is 12 o'clock. I had said that you may ask questions. Now it is time for you to ask questions. Let me know your questions. You may ask in Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, English. Better go, leave this world. If there is no good health, what should we do here? If doctors say that I am helpless, then if doctors are helpless, what can you do? Better leave the world, but see that you should not leave. The time is there to take you.
What happens to me after death of my body?
Nobody knows. Because you don't remain there. That is wonderful. Even when you enter into deep sleep, you are not there. When you enter into deep sleep state, do you know your name, what you are? What you are? Are you Mallikarjuna? Are you Ravindra? Are you Kavindra? No, you are not there. Even when you enter into the deep sleep, you do not know what you are. After death, therefore don't worry about the death. If I am there, I am there. If I am not going to be there, don't worry about it. Just think of this life.
The relation of body, mind and soul.
Very good. Body is there, mind is there. Very cooperative relation they have got. Without a mind, probably you cannot experience anything through the body. Because there is mind, there is a pain, there is a pleasure. If there is no mind, just think of it. You don't feel pleasure and pain. Then you may put your fingers into fire. You don't feel it. Therefore you go. The body goes away. Therefore, body and mind are not two different things, they work together. Changes in the body are reflected in the mind. And the thoughts that arise in our mind, they get reflected in the body. Mind acts upon the body, body acts upon the mind. Interaction is there between the body and mind. Now the third one is the soul. Means there is somebody inside the body who is conscious of his mind, of the body. The person who is conscious of these two things is called the soul. And these two are there. The seat, the center of feelings and the thoughts is the mind. The center of activities, physical activities, is the body. Simple.
The last time we had shown that man is made up of matter and non-matter. Matter component is almost like 99%. But when we listen to you or when we do meditation, we realize that we are not matter more than matter. But when we enter into the worldly activities back, we once again start realizing and work for the materialistic things. How to remind ourselves and live the life of the spiritual activity?
Don't remember anything. Know that you are not the body. Just keep it in mind. Don't worry if the time comes to work in this world. You don't forget yourself. Once you know that you are not the matter, then there is no problem. You can eat, you can drink, you can work all the day. You can, commerce with the people. You can commerce with the people. But that should not disturb you. You know very well that you are you. For example, you are man, not woman. You need not go on thinking that I am man, I am man, I am man. Once you know that you are not woman, finished. In the same way, once you know that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are something different from these two, and you are the conscious entity which remains untouched by time, then there is no question of forgetting or not forgetting. Forget that you are forgetting.
This consciousness allows me to amass wealth. This consciousness allows me to amass wealth.
Go on amassing wealth. What happens to it? After all, you are going to leave it here. If you so decide to spend your beautiful life for the sake of holding the stones, what is wealth? Stones. If you spend all your life for the sake of holding the stones, then you are free. And after years and years, when the last moment comes in your life, then you have to repent for it. Because for which you struggled all your life, now you have to leave it here.
Namaskar. How to recognize Brahmanya in common people?
How to recognize the presence of a Brahman in common people? Is it the question?
Yes, sir.
So, there is no common man, there is no special man. Man is it may be a palatial building or a holy temple or a small cottage, but inside there is a space. You can't say that this is a cottage, therefore there is no space. The same way, common man is like a small cottage. These rich people are like palatial mansions. Don't think that a common man does not contain the space cottage. Every cottage contains a space. Every building contains a space. You may be a saint, you may be a sinner. That doesn't matter, but inside there is that space, spiritual. Just you have to feel it. He says, you want to forget the things. Means you want to remember. Just to think that you are not forgetting yourself. You can forget everything else. But how can you forget that you exist? How can you forget? Dubito ergo sum. This is a great philosophical statement made by Descartes. He says, I doubt, therefore I am there. I doubt. Essayist percipi. Not English, but different language. I am there because I think. If I were not there, I could not have thought. I see this flower because I exist. I say that this flower doesn't exist. To say that it doesn't exist, I have to exist. Suppose I don't know. If I say that I don't know whether I exist or not, even to say this, you have to exist. You say that I do not exist. To say that you don't exist, you have to exist. How can you say? Therefore, you are always there. You cannot forget yourself. You can forget anything of this world. That which enters you after your birth into your brain, that may be forgotten. But that which is with you always, you can't forget. It appears that you have forgotten it. That is different. We are highly, say for example, sansarika. Highly sansarika means we are entangled in the worldly things. Entangled. You know the word, very beautiful word, entangled. From all sides we are tied. And these ties are emotional ties. They are binding us to this world. They are binding us to the people. They are binding us to so many things. Therefore we forget. We think we forget. But whether you forget or not, you are there, you are conscious of it. That is the consciousness. That is the self-knowledge. That is the self-realization. You know that you are always there. To forget or not to forget, you are there.
Can the departed souls be pleased or displeased?
Can the
Departed souls be pleased or displeased?
means Are they happy or not?
Because
They are departed, what can I say? While they are living, they are not happy. They are not happy. While they were leaving the body, they think that how unhappy I am. Because all people are going to live, I alone am going to leave the country, leave the land. Therefore, happiness and unhappiness are related to the state of the mind. They have nothing to do with the self. If you are aware of the self, then there is no question of being happy or unhappy. You are always calm, clean, clear, serene, profound. Why? What is that? I am not going to define the soul. But all of you have got the soul. Why should I define it? Here, so many people are sitting here. Just to tell me if at least one person is there who has no soul at all. Soul means being conscious of your body. Do you not think that you exist? You exist. How do you know it? Because you are a conscious entity. Therefore, you know that you are a soul. You can't forget the soul. And the soul need not be defined.
While we say Aham Brahmasmi, small ego remains there.
Yes.
How to?
As long as I use language, I have to say Aham. When I go beyond the province of language, I need not say Aham. Not even Brahma, not even Asmi. Not even Asmi. As long as I am using the mind, using the intelligence, so long I say that I am Brahma. But as soon as I enter not the province of matter, but the province of spiritual space, then there is no question of saying anything. Mukta Shabda Mukta Vadadanu Yenim Benaya. Vasveshwara says, Kudala Sangama Deva Namba Pelage Nolagina Pelaga Agirte Yamba Shabda Mukta Vadadanu Yenim. How can I describe it? Now I am without words. I have no words. I have no language. Therefore, there is no statement like Aham Brahma Asmi. This kind of a thinking is mental, not a spiritual. When we enter into the province of a spirit or the Atman, then there is no statement just like this. No statement. Ayam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma. This is not. Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahma. All these are intellectual creations, not the real.
People told Mahatma lead a beautiful life. Is there a beautiful death or not?
Is there
Beautiful death.
beautiful death?
Mahatma leads a beautiful life and common people leads a life. But is there a beautiful death or bad death?
There is no beautiful death or ugly death, but there is only death. Death means heart stops, lungs close, and mind does not think, mind doesn't feel. You are not there. Therefore, if you are there, it may be happy, it may not be happy. You may be happy or not happy. But you are not there. That is wonderful. Therefore, don't worry about whether you are happy or unhappy.
Yesterday you are asked about what are the habits we have. Actually, before that also, so many people asked me about my habits. In my point of view, as usually we do many things in our life. So I think that if we have some habits, we adapt to that kind of works. So I think that I have passionate about cooking. When I am hungry, then only I can cook something. So in my point of view, going with consciousness is enough for us. What you can say about that? I have so many times, so many members asked me this question. So can you?
But what is the question, my dear? Make it more. Say in a real language.
So many people ask me about habits. What you have? What is
Habits.
Yes.
Bad or good habits.
Yes.
Ah.
Whatever habits that may be. So I feel that if we have habits, we addict to that kind of works. I say that living consciously in the world is enough for us.
That was. Now I understood you. And the question is yours. Answer also is yours.
Yes, Guruji, answer is mine. But I have this answer in my opinion.
It is good. I agree with you.
Is it correct or not?
All these people agree with.
How to do meditation?
Huh?
How to do meditation?
Meditation. Very simple. Sit silently, thinking of nothing, feeling of nothing. That is meditation. How to overcome? Tamoguna. Tamoguna. These gunas are of the mind. Gunas are always there in the mind, whether it is sattva, raja, or tama. They have nothing to do with the soul, atma. They have nothing to do. Atma is a gunatita. And if you are aware of yourself, then you can conquer the effect of the gunas, influence of the gunas. Means know that they rise in the mind, they fall in the mind. You should try to keep the mind clean and always engaged in good works, good thoughts. Then there is no question of a tamo. Darkness is there. How to dispel the darkness? Very simple. Light a lamp, the darkness. When there is a tamas in your mind, just think of the light of knowledge. Means the great words of the saints and seers. Just think of it. Asatoma satgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. Say it sometime and the tamas will leave you. You can go beyond it. Where there is light, if you bring a light, the darkness goes away. If you bring the candle of the good sayings of the great saints of the world, the ignorance, the night of ignorance, the darkness of ignorance goes away. This is not a question of a belief or unbelief. Suppose I say I don't believe, what do you say? Suppose I say I believe, what does it matter to you? There is no question of a belief or not belief. There is a question of a reality. Does it exist or not? even after the death of the body, do I exist or not? That is a question. And nature is so wonderful that it has closed. The future is closed for you. Lest you would have become a mad person in this world. Because I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after the death of my body, I am happy today. If I come to know that after my death I am going to be a buffalo, this life becomes a hell for me. Therefore, what did that I would do is close the future for everybody. Close the future. Don't think much about the future. Think about the present. And live in the present. Love the present. Present is life. Present is truth. God means the present, not the past, not the future. God is always present. Yes, mind is to be managed. How we can manage it? Manavemba markatala. ಎನಿತಿದರ ಚಪಲ ಚೇಷ್ಟೆಗಳ ವರ್ಣಿಸಲು. Very difficult to control the mind. But if you don't force it, don't try to control it, then it is very easy to control it. If you go against it, it goes on strike. If you say, your way is for you, my way is for me, then it doesn't go anywhere. No, you are asking so many questions. Yes.
Spiritual knowledge is the knowledge we think that it is real knowledge, it will help us realize it. But how can it be inculcated into the modern education?
Yes, very practical question it is, very practical. In modern education, this must be introduced. Means our students are to be made aware of the spiritual truths. Then what is to be done is a problem. And a very simple answer is, we need not expect from the academic field to get this kind of knowledge. Father is there, mother is there, so many masters, spiritual masters are there. So many saints and seers live in this country. You have to teach your children, you have to teach. It is your responsibility as the elders to teach the young people to know that there is something apart from this world, something which is not here, but which is there always. Let him know it, then his life becomes spiritualized. In the olden days, when the rishis were there, gurukulas were there, you know it. Gurukula means small cottages, very small cottages everywhere. And their classrooms are just under the trees. This is a classroom, for example, under the trees. And they used to teach the small young people the great truth of life. Great truth of life. And that kind of knowledge is to be imparted to the students. And it is not the responsibility of the government, not even of the teachers, but of parents and gurus. The saints are there. They are living the great spiritual knowledge. Therefore, better take part in satsanga and make the students or small children take part in the satsanga. They will get the knowledge which is necessary for them in their later life, and they can live loving the truth and enjoying the life. This is the way we have to teach the small children the great truths about life and the world.
Swamiji, if is Sri Mahavtar Babaji still alive? If he is still alive, then how is it possible?
Huh?
Mahavtar Babaji.
What is
Who
that?
is the Mahavtar Baba?
Mahavtar Babaji Kriya Yogi.
I don't know his life. About him I have not heard. Simple question, if there is anything, yes. Means your question is, does he there or not, isn't it? What is the question? In Karnataka, there lived a Swamiji, and there the biographers have written that he lived for 700 years. Buddhist. Buddhist. Sahalli Buddhist Swamiji. And it is said, in the Himalayan mountains, there live the great yogis. They are called Siddha Purushas. And they live for years and years and years. Not 1,000, not 100,000. They live there, it is said. Siddha Purushas are there. But they have no body. They can take a body, create a body by imagination. But they have no bodies, they say. But I don't know.
जगामध्ये वावरताना आपल्याला खूप साऱ्या गोष्टी चांगल्या समजतात आपल्याला कळतात नाही वळत नाही तर ते
Take the help of the good people. We have to live in satsanga. Make your friends who are leading a good life, a creative life, a clean life. Then you can become very.
we are blissful. How to be same state in awake?
That is asleep and this is a wakeful state. How can you expect that bliss here? Now here, when we are awake, what happens? We have to live in the world. We have to use our sense organs. Your mind also is active. But when you go into the deep sleep, the mind is taking rest. And the sense organs are not working. They are all closed. But when you are awake, they are not closed. Therefore, you can't expect the same bliss to be there in the wakeful state. It is not possible. But if you practice yoga, means even while you are awake, how to keep our mind calm, not disturbing you, then you can have that experience of a bliss.
consciousness, if I try to remain in that consciousness always, my body remains idle. Is it the proper way of living?
Your body does not remain idle. The body means the heart. Body means breathing. Body means circulation. Body means digestion. So many activities are going on in the body, you cannot stop them. They are very, very active. You think that you are taking rest, but the body does not take rest. Even brain, a part of the brain is working always. If that brain does not work, all the voluntary, non-voluntary activities of the body will come to an end, and there is death. Therefore, work goes on. Do works in this world, but all the while think that you are not working for yourself, but for the good of the people, good of the world, good of the life. That is all.
It means I cannot remain in consciousness always.
Huh?
It means I cannot remain in consciousness always.
Why should you worry about it? Light is light. Whether it thinks that it is light or not, light is light. Once you know that you are not the body, then why do you worry about forgetting or not forgetting the self? Self, once you know, you are always remember it. There is no question of remembering, there is a question of experiencing it. It is not a question of remembering.
You also living Adhyatmika life. I didn't get what is Adhyatmika, whether living family or doing satsanga or like that.
Once again, please.
What is Adhyatmika then?
What is spirituality? The question is about a spiritual life, how to lead a spiritual life. Suppose a man is married, he is leading a family life, then how to spiritualize his life? That is the question, isn't it? Am I right or not? How to spiritualize our life? And we have to think about it. What is spiritualization? What is spiritualization? Suppose I put some water to the flower plant. What is my expectation? The plant has to grow, give me flower, and nobody should take away the flower. That is samsara. Take joy in putting water to it, giving water to it. Take joy in seeing the flower bloom. Take joy in smelling the fragrance that has spread everywhere. Take joy even if somebody takes the flower away. That is spirituality. That is Punarjanma. He is much worried about Punarjanma. We are worried about this life. Then from our food comes, next food comes. That is my problem. I have no time to worry about the next life. But I am very happy that he is much interested in the next life. That should not make you forget this life. Is it not? let us make this life beautiful and let us wait for such knowledge, and it may come from some corner of the world. One day or another day, you will come to know the next life.
ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಎಂಬುವುದು ಅವನ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರಾಗುತ್ತದೋ ಅಥವಾ ಅವನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ರೂಪ ಕರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸುತ್ತೋ?
Forget both of them. That is Brahmajnana. If you worry about these karmas, you won't become free from it. Just forget everything. Forget everything. And the mind becomes non-mind, mindless mind. And in that silence of the mind, you can experience your Brahmahood. So don't try to get to that Paramashanti. If you try, you won't get it. If you stop thinking about Paramashanti, you are Shanta. Guru Dakshina, what is to be given to the Master? Then, as he enlightens us, gives us a knowledge, the great knowledge he gives. Therefore, in what way we have to return the gratefulness, express our gratefulness? How? That is the question. Just forget not what he said. That is Guru Dakshina. And forget not that you are not just a man. You have the divine element in you. That is Guru Dakshina. Or simple words if I have to use. Always keep smiling. That is Guru Dakshina.
Sir, in Kannada, we say Acharave Swarga, Anacharave Naraka. Please explain this.
Acharave Swarga, Anacharave Naraka. Achara means speak truth. Anachara means speak falsehood, untruth. If you go on telling untruth to everybody, if you go on deceiving the people, the thoughts become crowded. That is Naraka. That is Naraka. Swarga means the mind must be very clean, clean, clean. And there is no problem. In the clean mind, if your mind is clean, no problems arise. You enjoy the peace of mind. That is the way we have to live here in this world. Suppose all of you abuse me or scold me and say that you are very, very bad person. If I don't allow that word to enter my memory, I am happy. I am quite happy. I forget everything. Let me forget all the things that you have said about me. Then where is the question of disturbing the mind? I live very happily, happily, happily. For example, there is a small bird sitting in the tree. Small bird. Say anything to it, it doesn't worry. It goes on singing and singing and singing and enjoying the life. And this person is pelting stones, throwing stones. It doesn't worry about it. He says very bad words, but it does not worry about it. Go on throwing stones, go on throwing your abuses. Let me go on singing beautiful, sweet songs. It says, that is the way we have to live in this world. Now it is 12:45.
Swamiji, I have one more question. Actually, we have so many mantras to chant. Are they equally powerful, or is there any different? Do they create different level of energies, or like we have Mrityunjay mantra and Gayatri mantra? So why do you have so many mantras?
Because we think that one mantra is not enough. One mantra is, isn't it? Omkar. It is the source of all the mantras. Every mantra comes out of Omkar. Om iti etadaksharam. Idam sarvam tasya upavyakhyam. Yad bhutam bhavat bhavishyati sarvam omkara eva. Yacchanya tadapi omkara eva. This is what a great Rishi said. This is the master omkara, master mantra. Means Sarvabhauma mantra, the sovereign mantra. Just believe that Om is enough, because Om is Akshara, not a letter. Akshara means it is always there, whether you know it or not. This Omkara is always there. It is in two forms, in the form of silence and in the form of a continual, uninterrupted flow of sound. It is Omkara. Probably it may look very strange to you. The great scientists, they say that there is background radiation. It means at the time of the emergence of the world, at the time of the Big Bang, it is a great event in this world. In the beginning there was nothing, then there was a great bang, and after that bang the whole world comes into existence. At that single moment, there flowed out a kind of sound. That is the background radiation. It is still there, everywhere. You can hear it. It is not produced. Anahata, not ahata, anahata. That is the best mantra, and that is the source of all mantras. Therefore, one mantra is enough, but you have to believe it. But we think that this mantra is great, this mantra is great. We think so. Gayatri is great, some people say. Some others say it is a Shiva mantra is great. Some others say Shakti mantra is great. But in the background of every mantra, there is Omkara. Whether you utter it or not, Omkara is there. No, there are some diseases which can be cured by the doctors. But the doctors have no medicine for the old age and death. They don't make you immortal. They don't make you live forever. They say, let me try, so that you can live 1 more hour, 10 more years. Let me try. They don't say that I shall make you live forever. No doctor is there in this world. who can say that I shall make you live for Ajara Amara. Only such masters are there. They can make you Amara, Ajara, everything. Because they don't speak about the body. They speak about that which is already Amara, Ajara. Therefore, if you want to live forever, go to such people. Yes.
ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಂಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿಸೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಯಿನ ಕೇಳೋ ಆಸೆ.
Pockets. Your pockets are my pockets. When there are so many pockets, why should I worry about 2 pockets? Namaskar.